Tisa River Basin is located between Ukraine, Slovakia, Romania and Hungary. Floods occur mainly in the most exposed regions of the upper course of the river, where the Tisa reaches the lowland and meets Somes, Tur and Krasna rivers, along with many irrigation channels. Throughout history, these lowland areas have known numerous devastating floods that resulted in property damage and loss of lives. The last two memorable floods were in 1917 and 2001. As cross-border became very important, so was the prevention of such situations, which emphasized the need for international cooperation. When flood risk occurs, the most vulnerable areas are the two counties of Satu Mare in Romania and Szabolcs-Szatmár-Bereg in Hungary. Professional management agencies and civil emergencies bodies in case of disaster from the two counties have already worked together for several years, but without specific training programs which could make this cooperation more effective. In the START project, strengthening cross-border and intersectorial operability implemented under the ECHO program, numerous professional meetings and working meetings were organized between relevant stakeholders. We involved the local authorities in the region and the county, government agencies and non-government organizations in detecting problems and making decisions. Together, we put on the map the most risky areas of flood in the two counties. We evaluated and operatively ordered local groups of volunteers to be involved. People were informed about the project development through a series of press conferences, and the echoes of the information transmitted by the media have been very positive. The most important success of the program was that civil and professional organizations in the two counties were able to practice very effectively on three major field exercises. The first exercise was held in the Hungarian border town Csenger. Along with water rescue professionals, we practiced methods of protecting embankments in case of flooding and waterlogged lands. Similar practices related to water management are organized by volunteers and local defense units, but for the first time this happened at an international scale. Firefighters simulated an electric fire at a show factory nearby, caused by the rising groundwater level. Hungarian and Romanian fire departments have jointly conducted missions to control the fire.
Nekem nagyon nagy élmény volt a Csengerben, a Szamos partján az a mentési tevékenység, amit olyan összehangoltan végeztünk a Szatmárnémeti Vöröskereszttel, a Karitásszal, a sátrakban, ahogy felvittük a sérülteket, az egy életre szóló élmény volt számomra.
The dam gave way despite the interventions of consolidation, and as a result, a group of students and other people nearby were taken and isolated by the waters of the river Somes. The rescue of these people was carried out on water because saving on the road was not possible. The missing persons were searched with the help of dog teams and using ultralight aircrafts. The exercise was conducted like a real case and was carried out without the intervention of motorboats because of the high river flow. Here, the mountain rescue teams assured and guided boats to recover the victims by using ropes. The saved, injured and under hypothermia people were transported by volunteers from the Romanian and Hungarian Red Cross to the first aid tents, raised in an area away from the floods. Specialists from Caritas Association of the Diocese of Satu Mare, together with volunteers and experts from the Red Cross arrived from the two counties, conducted psychological counseling to children and announced their families.
Úgy a szociális munkás, mint a pszichológus tudta a dolgát csinálni ebben a helyzetben, azaz a pszichológus foglalkozott a traumatizált esettel, a szociális munkás családfelkeresés, családegyesítés és utánkövetése az eseteknek.
After the evacuation and first aid to the victims, the professional saving divers began searching for missing people and recover bodies. The exercise was witnessed by international specialists who provided useful advice from the scenario phase till the end of the action. After completing the exercise, the leaders of the institutions thoroughly analyzed its effectiveness.
Ez egy monumentális megmozdulás volt, és ez tényleg olyan volt, mint az élet. Mert ott is voltak rendszerek, de volt benne kis kaotika is, volt benne, amikor nem úgy működött a dolog, ahogy kellett, de aztán áthidaltuk és megcsináltunk mindent. És az a lényeg, hogy együtt csináltunk meg mindent.
Next exercise, organized in early autumn, simulated a road accident where a car fell into the Warling River and we couldn't intervene to rescue by water. Unfortunately, such accidents are quite frequent in the area. Complex situations had been resolved during simulation. It was necessary to ensure the vehicle for not to be taken by the stream, to rescue the alive passengers, to recover the people taken by the stream by rescue teams, and to recover and evacuate the drowned driver from the inside of the car. The saved victims were taken by the specialists of the two countries at the Red Cross, Caritas and the local ambulance service who provided specialized care. At the end of the exercise, the car was evacuated from the river. During the rescue exercise, there were used different alpine, lifeguard, diving and first aid techniques. Their synchronization required increased attention because there was no communication techniques. The rescue and first aid technique synchronization used by each institution was also crucial.
Hogy a hivatásosok nincsenek magukra hagyva, számíthatnak azokra a civilekre, akik akarnak és tudnak is tenni másokért, és a gyakorlatok során is egy komoly összehangolt tevékenységre volt szükség azért, hogy az irányítás és a végrehajtás megvalósuljon, hogy szakszerűen menjenek, hogy ahogy valós helyzetben is, a gyakorlat során is a kimentett személy megkapja a megfelelő ellátást, oda kerüljön, ahol ő ezt az ellátást meg tudja kapni, és olyan kezekbe kerüljön, akik ezt az ellátást meg tudják adni.
At the end of the internship preparation, this greatly synchronized exercise was conducted on the territory of both countries. Due to carrying out the exercises at a very high standard, it contributed both to an increased sense of security of the population present at the event and to a higher confidence in the civil and professional rescue teams. Mass media published information about the event. We received a great support from local councils and police for these exercises.
A gyakorlatok során nekem azt tetszett különösen, amikor a tűzoltók milyen nagy lelkesedéssel tanulták meg az alpintechnika alapjait, és később az itt tanult dolgokat milyen hatékonyan tudták használni a vízimentési gyakorlatban. Teljesen önállóan tudtak elvégezni egy alpintechnikai gyakorlatot. Én úgy gondolom, hogy felkészültek most már az ilyen jellegű bevetésekre is.
In winter, the third and final stage of the exercises included a rescue action on a frozen lake. Both countries have numerous rivers and lakes, and it often happens that due to the wrong interpretation of the layer of ice, especially by children, accidents happen very easily. In such cases, the association and institutions from both countries have different rescue techniques. The goal of this exercise was to synchronize the skills and techniques of intervention.
Pentru mine personal, mulțumirea cea mai mare a fost în momentul desfășurării exercițiului de salvare de pe gheață, moment în care am avut posibilitatea să conduc echipe internaționale compuse atât din cadre din partea Inspectoratului Spației de Urgență Somne sau de Satul Mare, cât și omologii noștri din Ungaria.
Exercise training was held on Lake Turung in a quarry close to Satu Mare city. This exercise was attended by local pupils. We paid particular attention to the number of people who have given first aid and materials used for this purpose. Generally, in such accidents, there are more victims, and after the rescue operation, you have to give the first aid in hypothermic shock. The psychological counseling to victim is very important in this type of accidents to victims, witnesses, and victims' caregivers. A real situation was simulated where a group of children accompanied by adults practiced skating on a frozen lake and the ice snapped under two adults and one child. An adult has drowned, a child and the second adult were rescued, and the remaining children were placed in a safe place. The essence of the exercise was to support rescue teams with a heated raised tent, food and permanent heated drinks. In parallel with the rescue and first aid actions, the charitable associations have provided psychological counseling and the transportation of children to home.
A fost foarte interesant că există oameni care își riscă viața să salveze alte vieți. Și este important să se știe. Și a fost foarte frumos că am fost toți acolo împreună. Când a bătut vântul foarte tare, ne-am băgat în cort la noi. Fiecare a avut acolo, fiecare a fost important. Și asta este pentru noi foarte bine. Și am învățat unii de la alții. Și de ce să nu zicem că ne-am împrietenit și sperăm să mai colaborăm și pe viitor.
Because of the weather conditions, the presentation of the exercise was made on a mountain lake in the county of Maramuresh instead of a lake in the city of Nyíregyháza. Here, the rescue teams were more operative. Apart from this exercise, we were able to practice in consistent snow conditions, movement techniques and transport of the injured. Under the careful supervision of mountain rescue teams, the teams were able to try snow, shoe brackets, touring skis and ice axes. The result of the exercises revealed a development and a synchronization between associations and institutions in the two countries. Each participant considered continuing the exercises and the development of the future common projects very important. Also surfaced several expected and unexpected shortcomings in cooperation. The exercises on the ground have continuously encountered difficulties in communication. Some were caused by the spoken languages, by the habits of using the broadcasting reception stations, and not at least by their incompatibilities.
So overall, I would say it's really important. I couldn't emphasize it more, to put lots of effort in preparation, in preparedness, especially to collaborate with the local populations. But when disaster strikes, you have to deal with them, and you also have to rely on the population.
Another conclusion of the project is that the associations and institutions of the two countries have no clear image of the accredited systems, persons, and their competence and legislative practice. In common intervention, there are many risk factors, and in case of accident, a legal liability. It is necessary to align with European directives. Search and rescue actions are coordinated by the authorized institutions, but only on the basis of a common system that could use more efficiently more associations' capital. The film was produced as part of the project START, Strengthening Cross-Border and Intersectorial Operability, financed by the European Commission's Humanitarian Aid and Civil Protection Department. This film does not necessarily reflect the position of the European Union. The Satu Mare County Council contributed to this project.